Hello YouTube, Fuzzfinger here, and we're going to crack on with more Kingdom Hearts today. So we're going to be doing a little bit of synthesis, followed by more fights in the Hades Cup as we try and finish that off. At least that's the plan. So do come and join me. If you enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to hit the like button, be subscribed to my YouTube channel, and let's get on with the show. Here we are in the deep jungle. I'm just going to show you how to get a synthesis item before we do anything else, because it's perhaps the most awkward one, in all honesty. Now, at the moment we've got these white mushrooms spawning here. There's an extra synthesis item I can tell you about that spawns in this area. And if you don't get the white mushroom spawn, you get the normal enemies, then the monkeys that spawn with them can drop the power shards, and you'll need quite a few of those. So while you're here about to farm the other synthesis items, it's a little bit more tricky. You can go ahead and collect some of those as well. Now, occasionally when you come through to this next area, the bamboo thicket, you'll get a special enemy spawn. We have one on this instance, so we'll head back here and try that again. If you get enemy spawn there, then you know that it hasn't worked. So I'm just going to take a brief detour back to the camp and save my game. Maybe having those white mushrooms spawn messed it up a little bit, I'm not sure, but I'll reload and we'll see if we can get them to spawn. I think all you need to do is just run back and forth between the camp area, just through there, and the bamboo thicket, which is here. And eventually, you'll see this little black enemy spawn just in front of you. And the other enemies won't spawn, so you'll know that this is the correct special encounter. And it's going to do a little bit of a thing for us. A bit of a dance, if you like, with some friends. And what we're going to have to do is watch whichever one first of all jumps in the air, which is that one. We then have to basically watch where that one flies around and hit it once they finish their routine. It sounds easier than it is, because at times they go so fast you can't see a thing. And if you hit the right one afterwards, it'll drop an item with the chance of dropping the lightning stone, which is a synthesis item we're going to need. And we need 5 of them in total, so we're going to have to do this a few times, unfortunately. But basically, the more of these you get right in a row in succession, the more likely the correct one has of dropping the lightning stone when hit. So what I recommend is just keep mashing the pause button, and that'll make it easier just to find out where it's gone. And I think it stayed in the same place, hasn't it? So if you get a tech point, you know you've done it correctly. We didn't get an item, unfortunately, but we just need to keep repeating this. You can do it a few times. So now it's the end one. So again, we'll just now mash the pause button. But this might look easy at the moment. Oh, I think that was the middle one, wasn't it? It does actually get much harder. But if you want to get the lightning stone, you're going to have to put up with it as it gets harder as well. So first of all, we'll see which one it is. I think it does it about 4 or 5 times. So we're going up there, down, back, around the middle. I think that... Oh, did that go over to here? See, it's starting to get a little bit trickier. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, it doesn't matter, we do get another go. So let's just move back a little bit so we can see. I think that's over at the right hand side. I think that's second from the left. I think it's right at the left. Oh, no doubt you'll correct me on YouTube where that one actually went to. But we might get one more go here, and hopefully if we can get this one right, it'll be even harder this time. We can get that lightning stone. Oh, we need to see which one it is first, the middle one, okay. So I think we've gone over to the right. I think we're back in the middle, but, you know, goodness knows I'm probably wrong again. Ah! I did terrible that time. Normally I do a lot better at this little mini game than I have done. I think trying to commentate at the same time hasn't helped. Oh, we get another go though, but this one's going to be super hard, so I doubt I'm going to have a chance. Okay, so we're at the far left at the moment, I'm sure of that. This initial bit's easy, it's when it starts going all over the place now. Okay, we're still at the far left. Still at the far left. Still at the far left. Okay, we're just behind the one at the front on the left. Ooh, I didn't see where it went then. I think we're still in the same place. Or did we go over to the right? I'm not sure. Okay, I think we're at the far left still. Let's find out. No! Oh, this is gotta be one of my worst. I hate this stupid minigame. They're all gone now, I didn't get the item, but I have got one anyway. But we do need some more, so we're going to try and get a few more if we can. I'll reset. Okay, I've got my lightning stones, 5 of them to be precise, which is what we need for the bare minimum in terms of synthesis. And I just wanted to show you how to get those, because in my opinion, they are the most annoying synthesis items to try and get. So, once you've got those done, then you should be well on your way. Some people, by the way, find it easier, I was reading, to go into first-person mode. What the heck? To go into first-person mode when trying to do that minigame with those black mushroom things. Personally, I don't, because I kept finding that Donald and Goofy were getting in the way, and I just found it easier just to use normal third-person mode, to be honest with you. But I got there in the end. You get a 10% chance every time you successfully hit the correct enemy for them to drop a lightning stone, and if you get 4 in a row, which is very hard to do, then you'll get a 100% chance of one. So anyhow, let's go and synthesize here. Let's just briefly mention some of the other synthesis items that you need to get in order to synthesize this third set here. We've got the AP up, the Dark Ring, the Master Earring, the Gaia Bangle, the Titan Chain, the Mithril. That's what we're going to be sorting out today. And this should actually give us another item when we do so. In terms of the other stuff that you'll need then, Blaze Gem, as you can see we need 2 for the AP up here. You can get those from the Fat Bandits and the Bandits that are found in Agrabah. You shouldn't struggle too much, you've probably already got them as I have. In terms of the Frost Gem, you can get that from Atlantica, from the Sea Neons and the Sheltering Zones. And the Thunder Gem, well, the Thunder Gem can be found also in Atlantica, and you get that off the Aqua Tank, which is the big fat balloon enemies, and the Screwdivers, which are found underneath them. And then finally, Mithril here is what you collect from treasure chests, so you should have a bunch of it already if you've been following my walkthrough. And later on we can actually synthesize it as well. In fact, right now we can, as you can see, but you shouldn't need to be doing that just yet. In terms of the Dark Ring, you've got these 2 items that are needed. The Lucid Gem, which you collect from Halloween Town, from the Gargoyles and the White Knights, just basically normal drops. The Bright Gem here you get from Search Ghosts in Traverse Town. And then if we just head down to the Master Earring, you shouldn't be struggling really with these Spirit Shards and Spirit Gems. As you can see, I've got a whole bunch, but just in case, they are just normal drops. The Spirit Shards from Hollow Bastion, from the Large Bodies and the Soldiers, and the Spirit Gems from the Air Soldiers, which you can actually find in District 3 of Traverse Town, as well as the Hollow Bastion. And then we're nearly done. The Gaia Bangle, I think I've already explained about the Lucid Gem. So, and the Lucid Shard, did I talk about that one? The Lucid Shard's such a common item anyway, you should have loads of them. But on the off chance that you don't, you can get it off basically any of the shadows in the game. Wonderland is probably your best bet if heading to the Bizarre Room. The shadows tend to spawn there. But as I say, you should have plenty of those. Right then, in terms of the Titan Chain, you've got the Power Shard, the Power Gem and the Power Stone all needed. The Power Shards are from the Bouncy Wilds. I showed you the monkey bosses, the monkey enemies even, that I explained to you outside the camp area. I did show you where they spawn. Very easy to get, in all honesty. They are a rare drop, so you have to probably kill them a few times, but they will drop it eventually. Power Gems, you get those from any of the pirates or the battleship enemy spawns. So around Neverland you'll want to go for those. And Power Stone is the Sniper Wild, which you find in Traverse Town. I did actually show you a video on how to get those. I think it was the last episode I showed you how to do that. Or it might have been the one before, but go and check that out. And then finally, Mithril here. I know this is boring, but for those that are using this as a walkthrough, this is important to know, I guess. You know, some of the item farming in this game can be annoying. Right, so what we got here? Okay, Mithril Shard. Get those from the Barrel Spiders and the Pot Spiders in Agrabah. And Mithril Stone is what you get from the Pot Scorpion. Remember, that's the one that's a rare spawn, where you have to attack the other barrels first before it will spawn. And then you are going to need quite a few of those, so I'm going to have to go and do some farming, unfortunately. But not for the time being. And then Mystery Goo, you get from the rare mushroom spawns. I just use the white mushrooms that spawn in Wonderland. You know, we saw them earlier on. If you cast 3 successful magics on them, then they'll have a chance at dropping the mystery goo, along with some other arts items as well. But that should be everything, so let's go ahead and start synthesizing. Once again, we're only going to synthesize 1 of each item here, for the simple reason that, we get a next trophy. We need to synthesize 1 of each item to unlock the ultimate weapon synthesis a little bit later on. And there we have it. So if we just talk once more, we can see that the next bunch of synthesis stuff has become available to us here. And yes, if you farm, you can technically get as many defense ups as you want. The same with the AP ups in the previous synthesis set. And as you can see, we're going to need pretty much the same kind of items for the next set of synthesis stuff. But we actually get a reward now for doing, I believe it's 15 synthesis items. It's the Encounter Plus ability. And that's going to come in useful. If we just go down to abilities here, and I believe it's an ability for Sora. It's only 1 AP, but I need to sort something out so we can actually equip that. Then we can make enemies spawn instantly when we enter areas, even if we just clear that area out. If we head back into it immediately, they should respawn. So yes, that's going to help us in farming experience and items. It doesn't work on rare spawns as far as I'm aware. In fact, you're better off not equipping it on rare spawns, because you're more likely to get normal enemy spawns then. But if you're after just, you know, experience or items that drop off standard enemies, then you should be good to go. Just a brief bit of information as well on farming experience while we're here. If we head into the second district... I knew they'd spawn. Okay, Sniper Wild. I'm just going to go and try and get some of the power stones from them. I failed. Anyway, I'll come back to those later when we need more power stones. The little tip I want to show you is an XP farming situation. So equip the Encounter Plus and head into the hotel here. And you're going to get quite a few enemy spawns, in fact. So keep your experience accessories equipped. And the area can be a little bit tight, but the enemies themselves do drop quite quickly. I'm doing a bit of a poor job here, actually, mainly because of commentating at the same time. But just take these out and then more enemies will spawn. You can also go to the Gizmo shop if you want to, although I don't think there's any need to. The Gizmo shop, of course, is the one that's just located outside. And once those enemies are taken care of, which they're not yet, actually, we can just keep killing them. These wizards are a bit annoying. You could probably do this a lot faster than I've just done it. I've not really optimised this. And then you can head into the red room. There's more enemies to kill. Or you can head straight back out again into the corridor. Go through to the green room. And you can get synthesis items from these guys as well. Don't go into the alleyway. You don't want to do that. And then when you're ready, back into the hallway. And the enemy should respawn again. And you can just keep taking them out. Each one of these little runs that we just did is in the hallway, and then the 2 rooms should net you about 2,000 experience at least. And that's minimum. The more experience items you have equipped, obviously, the more you're going to get. So we just take care of the defenders, at which point the wizards will spawn. And try and get them before they do their electric stuff, since that tends to interrupt your spells and attacks. And one more. Then we just head back into the green room and do the same thing over and over. And you just get a constant supply. There's the bright gem, look, which we need for synthesis. Just get a constant supply of experience here. You might want to skip the red room because these dark balls don't give as much XP. But they do give some, so you might think it's worth it. And then back out into the hallway, and what a surprise, the enemies have respawned. You can even just cast gravity on these if you want to try and get rid of them a little bit faster. Maybe that's probably a good technique, isn't it? Because at least then you can get behind them as well. At least that's the plan. There we go. And then the wizards do drop down these. They just have some annoying abilities such as that vanish ability, along with a thunder arrow type ability as well, which we're witnessing there. But you can interrupt that with gravity, I believe. I think it's Donald who casts stop, and it's really annoying when he does that. He can do that at any point. And look, we're starting to get our levels. So yeah, I just want to share this little leveling technique with you. Obviously I'm not going to force you to watch me as I go through it. In fact, I'm probably not going to go through it at the moment. Instead, we're going to head off now to the Colosseum and continue on with the Hades Cup. I've noticed I've just crossed the 40-hour mark in terms of playtime on this save file, which is interesting. So we are very close to the end of the game now. And we're going to head back down to the Hades Cup here, enter together since it's our only option, and we finally have access to the last set of seed. So we've defeated Hades in the previous episode. As you might have expected, a lot of the enemies here are going to be a little bit more annoying. Oh, I've got not Gravity Bar set up, which is annoying. I always recommend Gravity Bar or Gravity Jar, whatever the version is you're using in the arena here, because it can just do so much damage, especially in the time version, but we should get on fine without it on this occasion. Getting some nice large groups here to take care of. And try and keep Aerogar up at all times, just to save out on having to cast healing stuff. And it does last quite a while as well, the final version of the spell. So most of these enemies are obviously just enemies we've seen before. Some of them aren't. Some of them are in the final area of the game which we haven't yet come to. Just keep that arrow up, especially on some of these tougher enemies. And as you can see, we're fighting an invisible as well on this level, or this seed, if you like, which we have to bring out into the open in order to do damage. And these guys do hit hard, there's no question about that. I'm going to heal up in a moment. Aerogar has now worn off, so let's just move into safety for a second. Oh, kill this guy first, then we can do that. There we go. So we're just going to throw a cure onto Sora here. And I'm not going to bother with Aerogar since he's about to die. There we go. And Sora will hopefully keep replenishing our MP, so we don't need to use Ethers because he has the MP gift ability. Now we have 3 white mushrooms. I don't know what that annoying background noise is, but it's doing me head in. So, as usual with these, we just need to hit them with the good stuff. Hey? Try that again. I mean, I don't suppose it really matters. I don't even think you can get items from them here. No, you can't. So you might have to hit them with your standard physical attacks, save you MP. Can anyone hear that noise is still ongoing? That is so annoying. It must be a bug from one of the last encounters. Anyway, we're going to get quite a few spawns here, so I'll recast Aerogar. Don't be deceived by the initial amount. Oh, that noise has stopped now, whatever it was. As you can see, it's an onslaught. Absolute onslaught. Gravity would be a blessing here. And I do have it, of course, but it's not on my shortcut menu. And it would mean having to go to the magic menu to cast it. Ooh, got a little bit of lag there. Just pause for a moment. Okay, next up we have 2 stealth sneaks, so that's going to be a bit annoying. We'll start once again with an air guard and try and bring these out of stealth. We can do damage to them because they have 2 health bars. They have a stealth health bar and a non-stealth health bar. I believe that's how it works anyway, something along those lines. I want to know who goes around capturing these enemies to throw into the arena. It must be Phil, mustn't it? So you get nice experience from these guys as well. If you kill them, of course. They might kill you. Where's the next one? There it is. And there it goes. I'm not going to bother healing up just yet. As you can see, the question mark indicates we're going to be getting several spawns here. So we'll start off with defending. And the Wyverns and the Wizards are pretty much just enemies that we know and love by this point. I thought defenders might spawn in this battle as well, but I could be wrong about that. I might be thinking of something that's coming up or something from earlier on. No, I was right, there are defenders, I thought there was. Again, a lovely gravity spell wouldn't have gone amiss here. So I do recommend having that on your hot bars. So heal them. Well, that was the end then. Nope, I was greatly deceived. Don't forget, we've still got to go through all this in time limit mode and as solo mode with Sora alone, so that should be an interesting experience, shouldn't it? Right, next up we've got more trash. But this is the final set of trash before we move on to the final boss of this cup. Although, again, we're going to be getting several spawns of this stuff, which we'll need to take care of. Where are they? There they are, look. Let's try and do a grab-a-go spell. Oh, look, it's the stealth sneaks, our favourite, isn't it? Where's it spawning? I don't know. There it is. Oh man, these guys are annoying. Come on, take him out, please, team. And we get some more. If Goofy doesn't get his act together, we're actually going to have to cast an ether here, I think. And defense. And cure. Do not want to be dying on trash. That would not be a pretty sight. These Angel Whispers are actually quite annoying. I've never actually experienced them as a group before. But hey, at least they're going down. Just the last one now, I believe. I mean, there might be some more spawns after this. Who could possibly know? It looks like there is. How wonderful. Just when you think it's over, it's not. Do need to take these guys out as fast as humanly possible. Otherwise, we are going to be vastly overwhelmed very quickly. Where are they? These and the Angel Whispers are quite annoying, but I think these are even worse. So I'm very grateful to the game for giving them to us in such large numbers. I know we need to heal, but I do want to try and kill a few more before we do so. It's a bit risky. There we go, another one's down. Let's throw a heal on. Goofy takes damage that replenishes his MP. He can then feed that MP to Sora. At least that's a theory. He actually needs to take damage first, though. Fortunately, the boss fight, I don't believe, is the greatest challenge in the world. Although it does take a lot of time. Oh yeah, having a laugh is even more luck. Do want to be careful about the lack of ethers that we've got going on now. So many enemies. Get rid of that angel thing. Come on. I hope this is the last set of spawns now, because my thumb's aching. Arrows worn off here. But let's just try and take care of this guy, save some MP. We are going to have to cure, no doubt. But let's do so with a high potion. Let's be adventurous in life. How many more of these we got? Is it 2? Just one more now, perhaps? Move away from shadowy stuff, which does damage. We don't like shadowy stuff that does damage. These things move fast, don't they? Come on, attack him! Stand there looking pretty, holding your keyblade, Sora. That's more like it. Is he down? Is that it? Is that it? Please tell me that's it. That's it, yes! It's more like it. Right, so this is the Rock Titan. Has a lot of defense, 2,100 health, and it's going to be a long battle. What we need to do is start by attacking its legs. When it slams down, try and jump out the way. We're not going to be able to do really a whole lot of damage to it, unfortunately, but eventually it's going to fall down, at which point we can go and hit its heads. And we should be able to do some damage to it then. Although we are getting a lot of tech points, if not a lot of damage in, aren't we? Oh, we are doing damage now. That's good. Right, now we need to go back to doing its legs again. The good thing about this fight is the damage is avoidable, he says, as he doesn't avoid the damage. But no, it is avoidable. Try and stay to the side. You can and jump, jump, jump. Avoid that damage from the stomp. And then we can jump up again onto his shoulders and start laying into him once more. And we are actually doing some good damage to him now. Got 3 more health bars to go. So it's about patience and endurance, this fight, more than anything. Again, move out of the way a sec. Jump. Missed that one, unfortunately. So we just hit the legs. Jump, 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 jump. And we're still doing damage now, which is good. So once we start to get his defences down, he does start to drop quite quickly. And not only does he give us a bunch of experience at the end, but as you can see, we're building in quite a fair amount up over the fight. These ones do add up. Move, move, move. Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot we didn't have error up then. There we go, he's down, he's down. And we get a level for it as well. That brings us to the end of the Hades Cup. I'm surprised I'm still holding on to my DualShock controller. It's soaking wet with sweat. Sorry, that made me laugh. Get Trinity Limit ability. Let's just have a look at that. I will come back to that later once I've seen it. But yeah, that actually brings us to the end of the Hades Cup. We can actually, as you can see, we've unlocked another secret now as well. But we can enter from the seed we want to enter at still. And eventually, I'm not sure if we can at the moment, we can actually choose the exact fight we want to engage in. There's the Trinity Limit ability. It costs 1 AP. I guess we can go ahead and equip it and test it out. But it channels the party's remaining MP to crush surrounding foes. Maybe we can just go and have a quick look, see how that works. Yes, we know the rules. If you head to the Hades Cup here, just go to the easiest ones and then test out this new ability, which we collected from Rock Titan. So it uses all our MP. But does a nice bit of damage, as you can see. Okay, it didn't kill everything on the screen, but it did do quite a lot. So there we have it anyway, just thought I'd show you that. Anyway folks, I'm going to finish off today's episode here, so thanks ever so much for joining me. We're going to pick up again next time, and I think we're going to be ready to start having a look at the game's final story challenges, so that should be exciting. Do come back and join me for that. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please go ahead and hit the like button. Let me know in the comments section as well if you're playing along with me and how you're doing in your own playthrough. I always enjoy reading your feedback and what have you, so come back again soon and I'll see you soon for more Kingdom Hearts. Cheers folks, take care.